clean up some of the rough stuff and squirt some primer on it. So like and subscribe, guys. Didn't really see it, but there was a lot of work went into this today. Morning, YouTube. Kind of pressing along on this 29. Here's something that's maybe interesting. I took this A pillar and I squirted it full of I should get it all over my finger. Squirted it full of sealing foam. Expanded pretty good. See over on the other side. So it filled all of that A pillar up. Looks like I overdid it a little, but it looks like it's going to do a good job of what I wanted it to do, which is basically stopping the air. And this is kind of an experiment. There was a cutout right here for like a door guide, and I could have made a plate and welded in there, but there's really nothing that this is going to hit or any force. So what I did, I just squirted a little of that foam in there. When it gets hard, I'll cut it off, maybe dig it out a little. I'll just fill that up with Bondo. And it should be plenty good because it's not being hit. Down here you can see all of the tubes that I had for this these fenders and the front. I just squirted those tubes full of foam. That should seal that. Shouldn't get any water in it. I did the same up there in the front, but anyway, it's some kind of a solution. Unfortunately, this stuff, you know, you can't put a lid on it and use it another day. You kind of got to use it up in one shot or it goes bad. But I don't know if anybody's ever tried this before. Probably have. In fact, I had a Volkswagen that had been split and put over top of a C4 Corvette, and they filled all the back of it up with foam and then bondoed right over it. I wasn't too impressed with it, but for this kind of thing, I think it'll work just fine. It's not really structurally supporting anything. Now I'm still going to have to get up in here and seal that roof to that 1-inch piece. I've got quite a few cracks in there. I suppose I could just squish it full of Bondo from this side and that would seal it. And then just spray undercoat all of this where it was welded up. But I've got to seal that up because the windshield top is gonna fit along that. So I don't want air blowing around the top of the windshield. Looks like that might be just the best thing to do. Just force this little hole full of Bondo. I think that'll be the best bet. I did rust coat this stuff. Looks like I didn't, and then I undercoated that side. I didn't get this side. You can still see where it's welded in there. But once I get that sealed, with all of this up here and top, I shouldn't have any kind of water leaks or air leaks or anything. I may wind up doing this whole top piece there along the door. I don't know how I'll do that, but I may do the same thing here. Just squirt it full of foam. Anyway, that's a problem for another day. I just wanted to show you this foam, and we'll let it harden good, and I'll cut it off with a razor knife, and this should be all done. I did this basically because I was tired of looking at it, and I bondoed up this metal here, and I carried this around here. This was actually, this middle part was the only good part of the door. Anyway, I cut off some of this foam and closed the door on the rest of it. I'll let it harden real good. I cut all the big stuff off. Tomorrow it'll be real hard. Right now it's kind of soft inside, so, but it plugged my pipes good. Yeah, worked out well. You know, it might be a good way to make a headliner, you know. Just put up something there, some kind of a roof, fill it full of that foam, let it expand and harden. Yeah, I'll think about it. I fixed some of the corners. You can see it sticking out over there. I did this one, filled up these pipes pretty good. I decided I really didn't bother getting in there and welding them. There's so much work to do. Little details like that, not concerned about. Anyway, this door and this side up to here is done. This fender's pretty much done. I need to DA it off real good and get any rust out of it. That panel there sanded. So at least I'm not looking at a door with a big open spot in the middle of it, starting to make the whole car look white. Good enough. Well, I got this sanded down. I'm gonna try to fix this door here and level it, and just cover this back fender. I'll put on thin coats to start with. Probably take a couple coats to cover it all. Well, here's the back all done. This is the final coat. It's real thin, it's on pretty smooth. Got all the dents fixed. I'll let this harden, and it's got to be sanded, and then of course glazing putty. I need to work on this trunk a little bit, kind of do the same thing to it. And this door, I need to fill it some. I've got this sticking out a little too high. I don't know whether I'd try to bring that fender up, or I guess I could. It feels like it's a little low right in here. And that wouldn't be too bad of a hump across there. Pretty good on both corners. Haven't decided what I'll do about that one yet. But this rear fender's all done. And finally the whole car is kind of the same color on this side. It's going to look really nice, I think. That light's kind of bad from the outside. Yeah, it looks good. Anyway, I took a knife and cut up my foam that was inside of this. I haven't done this one yet. I gotta cut it off. But that A-pillar is full now. So I got quite a bit of work over there on that one to finish the Bondo. But I was mostly interested in this side. It would just drive me crazy with a big patch in the middle. But it's all done. I probably ought to work on that door a little bit. And I got a few low spots here in this. And I gotta fix this hood curve right here. It shouldn't be too hard. I'm gonna cut this down with a rotary burr, get it to match. Then I can work on this other part. Gotta bundle that up. A lot of work, little tiny details, and it seems like that's what takes the longest time. Here's a goal I achieved. A few days ago I said I was going to try to get it all in Bondo that day, and wound up spending 2 more days just on the windshield. But anyway, I got this all sanded down. I used nice fresh 40 grit, so it cut real well and scratched real good. You can see those 40 grit scratches there in the metal. And this is all done here and sanded. I finished the trunk up. I redid this piece up here. Well, I didn't redo it, I just kept doing it. The whole trunk now is covered with Bondo. This whole fender's covered. I got the back straight. This was pretty good here, but I found a few little low spots. And I got the roof all shaped. Man, that's pretty curved. I like that. I didn't ever realize it before. Of course, I still have some more work to do on the roof, but it's fairly straightforward. It's just flat steel, so I could put the board sander on it and not wear me out doing this. This fender here just knocks it out of me with that board sander. It's not bad down to about here, but from here to there, the only way to do it's either sit and hold your arms up or stand and hold your arms down. And I'll Bondo this door up today before I'm done. And I don't know if I'm going to make it to this hood. I'd like to. We'll see. I mean, the door takes quite a bit because you got all these little lines in it that have to be sanded out. But this is a second coat on this fender, and I got to weld a little corner down there before I finish that. But basically, I've got the 90% of the car in Bondo. It's all these high spots showing, you know. It kind of looks like hell, but if you look at it from how straight is it viewpoint, this thing's really straight. Well, it should be. I cut it all down with 40 grit and a board sander, so there might be some little stuff in it, but sure a lot better than it was when it started. So I'll press on today, see if I can get that door. Well, here we are at the end of the day. I got this door, a couple skim coats of Bondo, and the high spots have been hand sanded. I got to take the board to it and flatten it all out, put one more coat on it. This is fender's all done. Straightened out my trunk real good. It's pretty much all done. This fender's been ready, it basically ready for glazing putty. And this fender's about the same. See if I can get some lights in here. Really all I got to do is the hood now. That should be pretty easy to do tomorrow. And then I'll start working on these fenders. Almost used my whole gallon of Bondo. It takes a lot, even if you're putting a real thin film on. But the car's basically in Bondo now. I think I got one more day and then clean up some of the rough stuff and squirt some primer on it. So like and subscribe, guys. Didn't really see it, but there was a lot of work went into this today. It'll all be worth it. It's going to be extremely straight, and the paint's going to go on it real good. Should be a real pretty car.